All right. That was a fabulous episode 255 from Fred. And now I'm expecting just as much goodness for 256 from Spencer, giving our picks today. Right, Spencer? Go ahead, sir.
That is right. If it's okay with you, I think I'll dispense 3 of these picks today. Usually I do 1 or 2, but I got 3 today. Hopefully I'll be able to do them all. First one, Don, I think you know at least the artist in question, Mitski.
Oh, yeah.
And the song in question is Bug Like an Angel.
Her new one.
Yes, her new one. I thought this is interesting because Mitski already has a pretty eclectic catalog. She's already sort of dipped into, like, I'd say a lot of her stuff is kind of electro pop-ish.
Mm-hmm.
This one's the first one that kind of uses a guitar, and it uses acoustic guitar at that. So I thought it's kind of interesting to hear her dip into kind of folk rock stuff. And lyrically, I think it's pretty interesting too, because there seems to be a lot of imagery related to death and religion in this one. I guess angel, it's sort of obvious from the title. But there's a part where she says, I try to remember the wrath of the devil was also given to him by God. I don't know what the heck that means.
Oh, Lucifer. Lucifer was God's right-hand man until the fall.
Oh, well, okay,
Yeah.
that's true.
Yeah.
Then he got kicked out.
Yeah, I know
Boom,
that.
out.
I do know about that.
Yeah.
But like in the context of the song, what it means is like, I don't really know, but my best guess is that the presumably dead person that Mitski is addressing in the song, basically this person made his own decision to drink himself to death and he has to live with the consequences of his actions. That's kind
It
of,
reminds me of John Milton in Paradise Lost. Lucifer says, better to rule in hell than to serve in heaven.
huh.
Maybe.
And that reminds me in and of itself of Billy Joel, Only the Good Die Young. I'd rather laugh with the sinners than cry with the saints.
It's a small planet.
That it is. Hold on a second.
But according to David Byrne, heaven is a place where nothing ever happens.
It's all a circle.
That is the best one. Okay, so here's my second song.
Hey,
History
before you
books
go to the
by-
second one, I just want to underline, hey, people out there, Mitski, buy without hesitation, okay? This is your stockbroker here. Buy Mitski stock. Now. It's awesome. All of it. Okay. We now continue with your regular programming.
I second that recommendation. And now my second of 3 picks for the week, History Books by the Gaslight Anthem featuring Bruce Springsteen. I thought this was an interesting collaboration because the Gaslight Anthem and Bruce Springsteen are both Jersey musicians. And I've always described the Gaslight Anthem as being a cross between Bruce Springsteen and The Clash.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's sort of like a combination of those two. Like, I didn't anticipate they'd actually be doing something with Bruce Springsteen, and I've known about the Gaslight Anthem since 2010. So in 13 years I've known about them, they finally did what I dreamed they would do.
They're both from Jersey?
Yes, Gaslight Anthem from Jersey.
Yeah, okay.
They're Jerseyans. And one thing I know that Bruce and the Gaslight Anthem have in common is that both of them do a lot of political songs. And the name of this song is History Books, and so I thought this would be like sort of a political, sort of politically charged kind of song. It's actually not. It's more about like either an ex-friend or ex-partner that Brian Fallon from the Gaslight Anthem had. And how like basically like the relationship they had is going to go into the quote unquote history books, and this is sort of their way of kind of having to deal with it, and like the consequences of those actions. Already have 2 songs dealing with consequences. I wonder if the third one does. I'll have to find out. And the Gaslight Anthem released another great song earlier this year called Positive Charge. This one shows more of their Clash side, more of their fiery kind of punk influence. History Books is sort of a lighter song. Shows more of the Springsteenian side. It also kind of has influence from bands like The Killers and Kings of Leon. Neither of whom are Jerseyan. And then last but not least, White Horse by Chris Stapleton. Chris Stapleton is I guess he would nominally be known as a country musician, but I consider him more kind of, sometimes he's country, sometimes he's country rock. This I'd say is more of a country rock song. It sounds like kind of one of the slower songs that Lynyrd Skynyrd did. And I think the title is interesting, White Horse.
That does rule out that disco song called White Horse.
I don't know that one, but I take your word for it.
Oh, check it out. Yeah.
Anyways, so yeah, this one is about like Chris having a partner, like a potential partner, I guess, who he's warning like, I may be more of a person than you can handle in this kind of relationship, is basically what he's saying. And that is what the White Horse in the title represents. It represents his partner's ideal kind of lover. And he's sort of warning her like, no, this is not going to be what you think it is. I'm not this majestic white horse that you're going to ride into the sunset.
Oh, yeah.
I'm somebody who's harder to handle. And so those are my recommends for the week. Hope you like him, and be sure to check him out if you like.
Hey, that's right.
Chris
And
Stapleton,
gold.
some friends of mine who live in Tampa, Florida, saw Chris Stapleton with George Strait a couple days ago.
Oh, okay.
Concert. They were looking forward to that. I haven't talked to him since they've seen the concert, but you know, they're big fans of his, Chris Stapleton.
Oh, cool. I'm kind of in and out with him. Some stuff I like of his, some stuff I don't, but when he hits, he hits. And
You mentioned that he was kind of country, but also, sort of wavered or kind of spread out his influences into the rock world. Have you ever seen Keith Urban? Keith Urban, what you said reminds me of Keith Urban stuff.
I haven't, but I have heard of him.
Oh, got to see him at UCLA one time, a long time ago, and I was really not looking forward to the show because I thought it was just pure country music, and okay, but the guy's a rocker. I mean, he really put on a great show.
Cool.
Great song. You Look Good in My Shirt.
Which he wrote for his wife, what famous wife?
I believe so.
Who goes by the name?
You would do that to me.
Sorry.
Oh, I can picture Gwyneth Paltrow.
Well,
I can
that's just
see her
more
face
fun
in
research.
what's left of my mind, but I can't think of the name.
Okay. It'll come to you right after I conclude this episode.
Yeah, I know.
All right, thank you, Spencer. Hey, I was going to
Welcome.
say, don't forget to go to Spencer Griffin, newmusic.blogspot.com to get all of Spencer's picks, okay? Don't forget to do that, people. Thanks for being here. That's 256.